Your comeback has to be documented because there's no way this is what people are saying about you. No way they made it out of that situation. People thought that was it. They thought you were done. They thought, you know what? It was good knowing that person. They were talking about you, saying it was good knowing you. They thought you, the way it looked from someone, even someone who was outside of your situation, could understand what you were going through because it was not something you can hide. It was reflecting on your physical image, what you were going through mentally, and what was going on in your life, how it was affecting everything. That's why people were like, you know, if I was in that situation, I don't know what I would do because it would be over for me. They thought you would just surrender. You would just drop the sword and raise the white flag. They thought, okay, yeah, this is it. So they thought everything which you have done in your life has led you to that moment, and that was it. Like when you are watching a movie and you're like, okay, this is what they did and this is how it ends. That situation, they thought it was you, only to find out, nah, that was just a bump in the road. Yes, you were not looking good, both physically and mentally. You were not sounding good because things were not good. But your comeback, the way you rose up, is it rose up? Yeah, the way you got back up, huh, people are still talking about it even today. They can't believe it. You can't even believe it. You know this Jay-Z song when he says, I think he says, we are millionaires. It's crazy to you guys, but to us, it's just crazy that we are still alive. Yeah, he said something like, you guys think it's dope that we are who we are, and we are still surprised that we are still alive because the things we went through, it's crazy on that song, God did. So that's what you went through. You are surprised. Even when you explain this story to some people, they can still feel the shock in your voice. They can see how this was like a miracle, like it was over for you, but somehow you got back up. You were like, no, this is not it. This is not it. You didn't give up. You didn't put the sword down. You didn't surrender to the problem, to the destruction, to the enemy. You were like, this is not it for me. This is not how I go out. And you got back up and you did it. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You should be proud of yourself as well. People are inspired by what you went through. They may not say it to your face, but they are inspired. They're still talking about you. Some people even think you might be something else. They think you are not normal. They think, okay, but how did they actually do it? They're asking about you. They're asking how did you do it? They don't understand the answer is simple. You are one with the spirit, and you have always been aligned. You understand that things like that will come in your life and they will pass. For someone who is not aligned, for someone who's not one with the Holy Spirit, For someone who is not a spiritual being, things like this, to them, they are miracles, hard to explain. All you had to do was just be aligned. And I said, you didn't also believe you were going to get through what you went through. But deep down, you understood that the Holy Spirit would never forsaken you, to never leave you stranded, to never leave you alone in the jungle. Now watch what happens. What can take you down after what happened? Tell me, what else can take you down? Nothing. Nothing is going to come against you moving on from this. This is it. You are going to experience other things, but compared to what you went through, there will be nothing. There will be just a stone in the road. You just kick it aside and you go on about your business. This is what's going to happen moving on from now on. And be glad that you experienced it while you are still strong. That's about it.